Dude. And this is just my opinion. Some of y'all feel different, but let me present my case. We lost a hell of a thing when we lost Redfall. Hear me out. Hear me out. Redfall was really, really good, man. Oh, I really don't know how to put it into words, dude. I don't. I would hope that people who played Redfall would understand what it is that I'm trying to put into words. It sounds weird for a game that, at least by, I guess, sales metrics, was probably a failed attempt. But I'm going to be honest with you. There's very few failed attempts that I played for this long and I felt this, like, the feeling of, oh my God. There's some cases out there, not that many. You know what I'm saying? But, Jesus, Lord have mercy. They really pulled it off with this one. Now, don't get me wrong. There was things they needed to fix. There was things that they needed to go back and address. No different from a Cyberpunk 2077 or anything else that's this large and has this much stuff to do, and it's just it's like a biome. It's its own world, and there's things going on, and there's never a dull moment. And you really have to think long and hard when you look at that map and you trek from point A on the map across the point C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot to do, and that risk versus reward thing. The town of Redfall, for those of you who didn't get a chance to play it, the town of Redfall is completely consumed by vampires. Completely. The vampires have moved in. Play the game if you want to know how. There's a whole lot of the how and the why and the blah, 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 blah. But they moved in, and the entire town is completely sectioned off. It's sectioned off. You see that big purple thing in the background? That's the little force field, magical force field that's keeping everybody in. The powerful vampires, they have everybody locked in. So you got two people on the ground to shoot. Vampires. And the human familiars. AKA the buttholes. And they're running around doing the vampires' bidding, and every time they present themselves, you take their ass out. But they're not super smart, but smart enough to where it's not a dull moment. And unfortunately, the noise that you keep up in the background while you shooting it out with these dudes, you don't ever know when a vampire is actually somewhere in the background listening to this whole ordeal go on. So the explosions, the gunshots, the shouting, one of those ski mask wearing familiars carries the bullhorn and will announce themselves, at which point, not a lot where you can't survive, but 2 or 3 or whoever's local as far as the vampires on the street go, they will alert them to your presence, and they will show up and just completely ruin everything for you. So you have to be very careful. Make sure you have your ammo and your guns that you need, and make sure your guns are up to date. If you're level 6, then the enemy is probably level 6 or level 7. And if you are still, I don't care how much you like it. I don't care. I don't care how much you like it. I don't care how pretty it is. If you got like a level 3 handgun or whatever, and you shooting at like a level 6 or level 7, it's gonna go bad for you. That's just the nature of the game. But needless to say, the world that they put that in, Redfall, over there on the East Coast, wherever it's supposed. Absolutely freaking beautiful. I mean, they built this thing to perfection. If it would have survived, if the team in, I think, Austin, Texas, that built this thing, if they had survived, this game would have been dynamic. It's a damn shame when you can live long enough to see something great come out, and then just like that, it's taken away. It just wasn't given room to breathe, man. And they could have DLC'd the shit out of this. They really could have. The next game would have been better. It wouldn't have had no choice but to been better, because they built this one. Don't get me wrong. This is friggin' Arcane Studios, Texas. Double check on that, but Arcane Studios, dude, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Now see, now I gotta look it up. I keep using word. Yeah, Arcane Studios, Texas. Well, Arcane Austin, and they closed down the whole thing and whatnot. This was a multiplayer game. It had its multiplayer issues. I wasn't mad. Arcane, if any of y'all listening, I wasn't mad at you for that. You put multiplayer in the game. You could have left it out, but you chose to take a chance. Had some issues. Y'all wasn't given the proper time to get the ish fixed, get all the bugs out. They released it. Oh, they did release it in the yeah, no. They released it just fine. It was playable. I was having a time of my life. You could get people in the damn game. Would it last? Not always. Sometimes it broke down on you. Sometimes it didn't. But they weren't given the proper time to get this to the level of life that it needed to be. Oh my God, man! If they would have fixed this whole thing, and they kind of did right before they closed the doors to Arcane Austin. Right before the doors closed, they turned this game from a multiplayer game to a single player game. A year ago, they did the same thing to the game Wayfinder. Wayfinder was a online multiplayer game, but it's still going, thank God, because I love Wayfinder. But Wayfinder, they turned it into a single player game. And you know what? That single player thing worked out. It worked out for this one. It had less issues to deal with. Still has a few bugs, but nothing that stops you from playing. It's not alive anymore. It's not alive anymore. I don't hear anything about people playing it. You can still link up with people, you know. You can still get people into your games and play. The setup is still there, but the game died a miserable death. Yeah, well, I mean, all's well that ends well, but nah, I don't think they did this one right. I can name 100 games that these same companies released games, and it was just like, oh, what were you thinking? This wasn't one of them. This wasn't one of them. This was a fresh idea, which it's saying a lot, because I don't give a damn about no vampire game. I'm vampired out. Vampire games, vampire movies, vampire TV shows, vampire books. I'm vampired out. Been vampired out since mid 2005, 2006, where they was on that little kick where everything that came out had vampires in it all the time. I'm vampired out. Vampired out and zombied out. I'm tired. Don't want no more. But the fact that they took a chance with this one, they gave me the town of Redfall. You can go exploring. You can walk around. Be careful going into buildings because the buildings are dark. The vampires have the advantage. You go into a building that's boarded up and dark. The vampire's probably in there sleeping somewhere. Or, quite possibly, he's awake. He or she is awake and just hiding in the building because it's daytime or something like that. But when you go in there, you're surrounded. It's dark as hell. If you ain't playing with somebody, you don't know what's going to happen next, and things can go bad at the drop of a hat, and I love every second of that. Go in there, get your bullets ready, get everything you need ready, because And then just because you sneak the vampire inside the building don't mean another vampire won't show up. So you have to be careful with your gunshots, the noises, the sounds. Oh my God. Dude. Rip snorting, fun-filled adventure that never got to live out its full lifespan. And the public can go straight to hell for that, because now that the company's closed down their doors, I'll probably never get another one. But this one's still available. Go play it. Like, subscribe, tell me what you think, and till the next video.